Good.
This isn't good enough to be told.
No, my point about I'll see how much allowance they may like to be discussed. I thought that I hope to see that this is design. So we're not live. Very normal.
Good morning and welcome to this meeting of the Strategic Licensing Committee. I'm obliged to inform you that this meeting is being live streamed and recorded. Members of the public will be able to view the meeting using the link on the agenda. Apologies have been received from Gary Burchard. Sparrow is substituting, thank you very much. David Evans and also Peter Brimhall. Public question time. No public questions have been received. Disclosable pecuniary interests. Members are reminded that they must declare their disclosable pecuniary interests and other registrable and non-registrable interests in any matter being considered at the meeting as set out in Appendix B of the Members' Code of Conduct, and consider if they should leave the room prior to the item being considered. Further advice can be sought from the monitoring officer in advance of this meeting. Are there any such declarations?
Sorry, Roy, just one point. We've missed the minutes of the previous meeting. Sorry? The minutes of the previous meeting. You skipped it.
It wasn't on his list.
Oh, that's on your list. Oh.
Sure, it's the next thing.
It's the next item.
It's the next on the agenda.
I've got them in the wrong order.
Got them on the wrong order on the agenda, right?
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Okay.
My beg your pardon.
So, no, quite right, Simon. Right, we're going to the minutes of the last meeting. You want to read through them, or are you quite happy with them as they are? Somebody like to propose?
I was going to abstain.
Councillor Barrow?
No, I was going to abstain. I was going to
Councillor Lee seconding. All those in favour? Thank you. Sorted. Right, we move on to item 1, which is the Hackney Carriage and Private Hire Licensing Fees 24.25. And I'll call on Mandy Beaver to present her report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So the fees and charges for the Hackney Carriage and Private Hire licences were brought to this committee in October of last year. There is a requirement and under the law to take them out to consultation, which we have done, and bringing them back today with the representations that we've had. Unfortunately, the representations that we had in didn't propose any specific revision of fees in terms of monetary values. So consideration was made for the comments, which I've included in the appendices in the report. So really, in terms of changing the actual fees in the original proposal, I haven't done. They're set out at Appendix B, exactly the same as what they were in October. However, I need the committee to consider the comments and decide whether there are any requirements to vary any of the proposed fees that's set out at Appendix B, based on the responses received from members of the trade. You can see on Appendix A, Part 1, is the actual responses that we received or representations. Appendix A, Part 2 is the officer comments with those representations. And you'll see from the comments why it is that we didn't feel that we could change any of the fees on the original proposed fee chart set out Appendix B. So I'm open to any questions from anybody. And yeah, over to you.
Comments, councillors? Councillor Lumley.
Yes, I noticed two of the comments raised related to about the increase in the cost of inflation as well as living standards, etc. But those same inflationary issues equate to us in relation to wages and the cost of the officers. So actually that, I wouldn't say justifies it, but it highlights that our costs have gone up as well.
I'll propose from the chair that we support the document as it stands. Do we second?
I'll second that.
I'll take Simon on that. Thank you. So that's proposed and seconded. All those in favour? Thank you very much. It's dealt with. And the next thing on our agenda is the Gambling Act 2005 policy statements 2025 to 28. This is a standard review, I believe, so I'll let Mandy lead on that one too. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So there's a requirement under the Gambling Act 2005 to review the council's gambling statement of gambling Act policy, and we're in the process of reviewing that. So the reason why I brought it here today is to request permission from the committee that we can go out to consultation over the summer with this one, with a view to bringing it back in October. This is slightly different to any of the other policies that I bring before this committee, because this is a policy that has to go live on the 31st of January. Each year, so it's quite a tight time scale to go through all the committee processes and the consultation with this. So all I'm asking for really today is permission to go out to consultation, and I will review the responses during that consultation and bring the report back to October committee at the latest.
Comments, councillors?
Fully happy to support what the officer has said and move the recommendation.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Yeah. Councillor Towers, seconding. All those in favour, please. Thank you. It's unanimous. And finally, the exercise of delegated powers.
Thank you, Chair. This is the standard report that lets the committee know exactly what the licensing team have been doing and the licences that we've processed over the previous period. This report itself runs from the 1st of September 23 to the 31st of January 24. Again, it just gives you the numbers of what we've been doing in the team and what types of licences we've been processing. So again, I'm just open to any questions that any of you may have, because this is a report just to be noted. But if you have any questions, by all means, I'm here to hopefully give you the answers.
Councillor Lambert.
In the taxi licensing section for private hire operator, I noticed that there was a total of 7 new ones. Do we have that many new operators keep coming in? I would have thought that would have been quite fixed.
Operators is quite a wide variety in terms of the trade. So you've got operator can be a person with one singular vehicle. And if somebody wants to go, for example, to take a passenger transport contract, they're required to have an operator's license and a private hire. So it may be that we've seen an increase of those because of the passenger transport side, or you can have an operator with, in many vehicles that, hundreds, I'm talking in terms of vehicles. So it may just be that we've had a few more. It's the one-man bands or the one with a couple of cars that's decided to actually have an operator's license with a private hire to get the school's contract.
Thank you.
Councillor Mosley.
Thank you, Chair. Without comparing with previous, I can't quite recall that it is a high number, but the refusal to grant for new drivers is 8. I suspect that is high. Could you give me the kind of issues that you have refused to grant on for that one, please?
Okay, most of those tend to be convictions for offences that the local authority and the statutory standards will not allow a licensed driver to be licensed for. It could be totting up on driving convictions as well as criminal convictions. So it could be a renewal where we found out they've got a conviction during the life of the licence and they've not told us about, or it could be the new applicants who have trying to apply to be a driver, but unfortunately because they've got previous convictions, because we do an enhanced DBS, that they do not fit the criteria that the council has set down and statutory standards have set down, that's allowable under the law.
Thank you, Mandy.
No further comments, I'll take it. Therefore, I propose that we note the report. So second it.
Sorry, there's such a rush.
I needn't have done such a large coffee.
Councillor Jones, seconding. All those in favour? Thank you. It's unanimous. That brings us, sadly, to the date of the next meeting, which will be Wednesday, the 12th of June, 2024 at 10 a.m. God willing. And on that note, I'll close the meeting. Thank you. Thank you all for coming.